The left just got a wake-up call. Welcome to another installment of the Connecticut Gun Bench. Today's video is brought to you by P.A.N. Firearms, LLC. P.A.N. Firearms for your NRA certification and multifaceted gun training. You can reach us at 203-300-6343 or use our website at www.panfirearmsllc.com. As always, there'll be a link in the description box below. Now, let's talk about this. I came across this here and I had to talk on it because I actually saw, I was firsthand accounting of what this guy is talking about here. There's a gentleman, there's a video for this, but I can't put it in because YouTube will basically give me copyright hit. But there's a gentleman named Jack Carr who's, he's basically a former SEAL, and he was talking on a podcast where he's an armorer for he's basically done a lot of stuff with movies from what I can read here. But he talks about how a number of the stars, Hollywood people, basically when they came to him during COVID, when things, the uprisings and what was going on, and they were surprised to learn that they just could not walk into a gun store and just buy a gun, like a panic buy, just rush in and buy the gun, and then they realized all the obstacles that were in their way for them to purchase that gun. Now, as I said, there's a video. I'm gonna leave the link to the video in the description box, but I'm gonna go right here, the Blaze News, and the title, here's what shocked liberals the most when they tried to panic buy guns in California. They've outsourced their rights to the government. On the Rubin Report this week, former Navy SEAL sniper Jack Carr, author of the New York Times best-selling thrillers Savage Son and The Devil's Hand, told Blade TV host Dave Rubin what he learned about Hollywood while filming The Terminal List, an upcoming Amazon Prime Video series based on his novel of the same name. Now, skipped over that. In this clip, Jack explained how Chris Pratt, who stars as the main character James Reese, and co-producer Antoine Fuqua, that guy's a great director. He's directed some really amazing movies, became involved in turning The Terminal List into a television series. He also described a non-woke side of Hollywood you might not know exists, and shared what happened when a few liberal friends in Los Angeles tried to panic buy guns for the first time. When the summer of civil unrest hit, I was getting texts and phone calls and emails from people in California in particular asking about what gun should I get, Jack told Dave. Jack said many were surprised when they found out that they couldn't just run down and pay cash and walk out with a gun the same day, or get ammunition sent to their houses in Los Angeles. These things were a shock to a lot of people, he said. Yet they've been voting people into office there for so long that they don't have those rights anymore. They've outsourced those rights to a government whose leaders are surrounded by taxpayer-funded security when they're trying to take your rights away. And we see that, of course, all across the country now. But California, Chicago, New York stand out from the crowd in that regard. And there's the clip here. And as I said, I'll leave a link to the clip. You should really watch it, okay? So the reason why this came very interesting to me, because when I was in the retail end of the firearms business, right when COVID hit and the lockdown started to happen and things got a little hairy, I can't tell you how many people would walk into the shop and say, yes, I'm here to buy a gun. And my first response is, well, yeah, do you have a permit? And they said, well, you need a permit? You need a permit? Since when? I heard a lot of that. And then, of course, a lot of people were like, well, I thought I could buy a long gun without one. And let me explain, for those of you who are not in Connecticut, let me explain that. After the event at Sandy Hook, we had this massive gun control legislation pushed through, which is called Senate Bill 1160. Before Senate Bill 1160, you could buy a long gun in Connecticut with a 14-day wait. So you had to wait 14 days before you could actually pick the item up and take it home. SB 1160 changed that to where you now must be permitted. You must have a permit in order to purchase any firearm. So there are different levels of permits. There's an ammunition card, long gun permit, and then what they call a carry, a pistol permit, which is a carry permit, which covers all aspects. So they were correct, but they obviously weren't up on what was going on in the state and had not realized that that law had changed. And I can't tell you how many people walked into that shop and were basically just shocked in some cases to learn that they could not just buy a gun. They could not just come in and do the 14-day wait. Even I have a lot of people who came in and basically said, well, I thought I could just buy it and take it home and just leave it in my house. Once again, I had to basically educate them on what was actually the truth behind the whole matter. But this, as I said, that's what caused me to bring this one up, because I saw a lot of this during the 2019, 2020, the beginning of COVID. And these people have not realized that they gave their rights away to a large degree, because they voted for people who are on board with this stuff. The same people who are protected by the very items or firearms that they claim we shouldn't have. Once again, you hope it's an awakening experience. You hope that they catch on. I hope that they open their eyes and say, well, wait a minute, this doesn't sound right to me. Because a lot of us have been saying this doesn't sound right to me for decades. But let me know what you think. As always, you can leave your comments in the comment section below. And as always, any comments of violence or statements that lead to violence will be removed. Please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get notified the next time the video goes live. And I will see you on the next one. Peace.